Alright, welcome back to the Clark Performance YouTube channel. Alright, welcome back. As you can tell, we got the rear down, we got the front jacked up. And now, we need to get this intake system, we need to get this overflow out of the way, so we can get to the serpentine belt. We got to take the serpentine belt out to get to the stretch belt for the AC pump. So, I guess I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully this works maybe up here on this other car. I don't know, I can't see. And that gives you kind of a good... Okay, so we're going to rip all that off. Easy as that. Don't forget to unplug your mass airflow sensor. We'll get that out of the way. Just gonna kick this off to the side for now, as long as we're not spilling all over the place. And now, since we got those out of the way, the tensioner is right there. So we should be able to get that belt off, no problem. Where am I gonna put it? Maybe right there, hopefully. Alright. That belt looks good still. Toss that off to the side. And now, the fun part begins. Now I'll take you down here. And show you. I got to get this out of this mount. Okay. So what we're after is the AC pump right there. And as you can tell, there is no tensioner for that, because GM decided to go with the stretch belt. So that's how you get those off. Now that that is off, we should have that one plug right there, 4 mounting bolts, and 2 AC lines that are going to be great to get to. So, how do I want to go about it? I think what we're gonna have to do working on these vans is awesome. They just have all of the room in the world. I was wondering if we could get maybe okay. Yep, I think we're gonna pull that shroud off. That should give us access to the AC lines, hopefully. So, alrighty, let me grab some tools and we'll get to town ripping it apart. Never see that again. Just like that. Oh, we forgot the big one, but I don't think we need to pull that one. I'll just kind of toss that right there. All right, let me get my pin light out. Let's see what we're working on. I don't know if you could see that clear back in there. There is a bolt for one of the AC lines is right there. And I think I might have to pull this tire off. All right, well, I'm gonna put you on pause again. I'm gonna get my impact and get this wheel off. Maybe get a little bit better vantage point and then I'll come back. Alrighty. All right, well, we are back. We are gonna go ahead, and what I've come to realize is I think we need to get this dryer or accumulator out of the way. But before you do that, you need to make sure your entire system is empty. So, or else you'll go to take these bolts out and then it'll just blow up in your face. But anyway, we went ahead and recycled all of the Freon that was in there. So now it's just this volt, and then there's a little volt clear down there too. But there's some mounting bolts up here that we're going to try to get out. And then we should be able to pull that whole unit out, and then that should give me room to get to those lines down there, I believe. So, alright, I'm going to go ahead, try to get you guys all situated in there. Hopefully, you guys can kind of see. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a light. So anyway, I did go ahead and break these all free. free. Alright, and then these tiny guys down here are little 5.5 millimeter bolts. Just little guys. Actually, it kind of looks like everything on this HVAC box is 5.5 millimeter bolts. You got 5.5 on the blower motor, the resistor, just all the way around apparently. I never see that again. Yeah, it's actually right there. Okay, so now everything should be happy. Alright, just like that, that is out. So, now I should be able to. Be great if I could hit some metal somewhere. Alright. Now, as you can see, that opened up a lot of space to get to those two bolts right there. But first, I'm going to go ahead and grab my blower and I'm going to blow all that crap off of those. And then actually, I could probably get to both top bolts while I'm up here too. Heck yeah. This actually isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Probably gonna put this on time lapse because I'm sure you guys ain't gonna be able to see a whole lot clearer down into here. I mean, this is what we're dealing with right here. There's a lot of stuff going on right there, but it should be doable. So, alrighty, see you in a bit. Okay, we have progress. So, as you can see, we got both of the lines off. Got that mounting bolt out. And there is a mounting bolt in between those two hoses. So now, we need to get underneath of this thing. To get to the rest of everything. So I am gonna grab my mount. Sorry you guys got to see all this stuff, but when you're trying to do stuff on the fly, it's gonna be real for sure. Oh. I do not think that that is going to cut it. Okay, I guess you can kind of see it. Let me see if I can do something like that, maybe. And all right, so yeah. Anyway, all we got left is this wire harness, this bolt, and then there is a bolt back here too. And then we got to figure out how that's going to come out, which I'm sure is going to be the best of times. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So hang tight. All right. So that is off. And now to get two more mounting bolts off. This is where having specific wrenches is very nice. Right, and it is very important on that back bolt that you leave it in there, because it will not pull all the way out because it'll hit the frame. And it's pretty much any of these older LS motors for the most part. Because this is a 6.0 with a 4L80, which is kind of sought after. All right. Okay, so now that them two are out, we need to figure out the best way which I think now hopefully that gave us a little bit of room, which it did. So now we can this is always the fun part, trying to figure out how to get that thing out of there. That is quite the predicament. I think I'm gonna leave that there for a minute. I'm gonna go grab some more tools, so stay tuned. Okay, so what I think we're gonna do here is we're gonna go ahead and pull these two bolts out for the idler arm, and then I think we should be able to get enough room to get that thing out of there. So let me get that done real quick. Okay, now that we got them two bolts out, it should give me some more room. I wonder if I could just... I am a little unorthodox, but it's out. And now that we got that out, it's always a very good idea before you get this far to make sure that they're both the same. because you don't want to get this far and then find out that you got the wrong parts. Which on this one looks like I'm gonna have to pull that sensor out. That. So yeah. I mean, everything is looking good so far. Everything looks like it's lining up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some oil added to this. We'll get that sensor swapped out. And we'll redo everything we just did, just in the opposite order. But yeah, now that we got that out of there, I mean, there is some room in there, for sure. So, alrighty, hold on real quick. Alright, we got our sensor swapped out. We got some oil in it. Now, let's go ahead and try to get that put back in there. You know, just the opposite of what we just got done doing. Got that all mounted back up, besides all the top stuff. But I do think it's time to get this belt back on. So what I'm going to try to do is show you how. There is a fancy tool that I actually got from a GM belt one time to get that all back on there. So I think what I'm going to try to do is maybe real quick, let me move. Move that. And maybe that'll actually allow us to have somewhat of a decent angle. Okay, so what you're going to want to do, if you've never done one of these before, okay, you're going to want to start by getting that belt. Oh my goodness, got something in my eyeball. Start by putting it behind the crank pulley. Well, that's a thing. See, it just falls right on there when you have the wrong belt. So, that's gonna be a thing. Alright, well, I'll show you how to do this in a second after I get the right belt. Wow, took a tumble. Alright, well, we're going to bypass the belt for now. And we're going to try and get them two on. We got to make sure that plug in the back is on and get this last mounting bolt in. So, I guess we could start with that mounting bolt. I don't know how well this is all going to work. It does help when you drop the bolt. And it does not hit the floor. So, I guess I'm gonna go search for that real quick. Okay, I kind of cheated, but I didn't figure you guys want to see me have a struggle fest. But we got that mounting bolt in. Got both of those on. You got to make sure when you put those on that they're straight. You don't want them to go in at an angle or anything like that, or else you'll have issues. So, but yeah, we got that done. Now I'm going to clean up that hose and then in there. And then we'll put the accumulator back on. And then we should be done with half the battle. So I guess I could probably show you guys some of that. I mean, I should be able to get a good camera angle on it. So give me a minute and we'll get her all set up. And we'll go from there. Right. I guess another thing I kind of forgot was I gotta swap all this stuff out. So give me 1 second and we'll get rolling on that. So that thing just did not want to give it up. That'll go in just about like that. Back on there like that. Okay. And while we're here, I feel like I'm going to go ahead and break that free, which I do believe that is your low pressure switch. of course, I'm getting a phone call. So, I will be back here shortly. Okie dokie. So, we got that all swapped out. Now I'm just going to tighten everything up. And then, really, we could probably start going back together with all the other stuff. So, I don't know if you just want to hang out up here and watch me do my thing, or... I mean, I don't know. You guys got to tell me what you like. I don't know. Just turn the wrenches. That's it. Okay, hopefully that's a good view. Alright, now I'm trying to figure out where the orifice tube is. Which I'm thinking it's got to be right there, you would think. Can't be there. And it is. Yeah, there is a little bit of metal right up in here. So, good thing we're replacing that. And just like that, we got a brand new orifice in there, new high side, new accumulator, new pump. But yeah, I don't know if you can see that. But there is some metal in there, so that compressor was on its way out for sure. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna gather some stuff up, start cleaning some tools up. I guess I'll get back at it after we get the vacuum pump on it. Alright, well, we're back again. We got our little gauges going on over here. Running a good vacuum on it. It's been running for, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes or so. And that is working. I'm going to go ahead and shut those off. And I think we're just going to sit here for a second to make sure those don't go down. Which it is not moving. So now I think I'm just going to go ahead and call this my redneck way, I guess. What is leaking? Chill out. Not my favorite way of doing all this, but I think we're going to go ahead and open that up. Apparently there is a happy medium. Not 100% sure. Nope, wrong way. That's cold. I'm really glad you guys can't see this part. Because the top of that just apparently wants to leak for some reason. I think we're just going to back that off for a second. Oh my goodness, that's so cold. This thing's leaking. This is the first time I've used this get up. Just so everybody knows, this is not my typical setup. Just find a happy medium to where you're not leaking. Not advised. Anyway, I probably should have put you guys up on a dealio here. I gotta take this apart and see if I can figure out why the top of that is leaking. So, stand by, I guess. I'm gonna have to do some rebuilding, I think. calm down. Hoping I got some extra gaskets in this thing, maybe. Maybe this thing. Have some extra gaskets. All right. Well, I mean, we're here. Bear with me. There's gotta be. Oops. I did. Alright. I guess let's go try that again and see what happens. I just kind of flipped the little O-ring gasket in there around, and maybe it'll seal a little better, maybe? Oh, nice. It did seal. Okay, so let's open these back up. I think that's too far. The more you know. Alright, let's go try that one more time. Alright. I've been messing with this for over 16 minutes. Okay. Oh, yeah. I think that's money. Money. It's not leaking no more. And we are slowly going up. Oh, this thing's got to leak somewhere. Alright, so now as soon as we get the AC belt and I put the rest of this stuff back together, we should be able to suck some Freon into this thing. Cool. Alrighty, well, thanks for hanging out, watching the fails, I guess. Sometimes it's that way. It's all about how you get over it. Alright, well, I figured I'd just bring you with me. I gotta go swap out a AC belt. It's just a beautiful day out today. Look at them clouds. I mean, just beautiful out today. Yeah, anyway, I just figured I might as well, I guess maybe do some sort of recap on what I did here. And we got that output shaft seal done. We got a fuel filter put in it. We got the AC compressor and all of the other accessories with the AC system. And then of course the belt that's wrong, but you'll have that on them big jobs. So I don't know, I just figured I'd bring you guys with me to enjoy a little bit of this Nebraska weather and my, I don't know, 94 Chevy Suburban that I call the White Buffalo, that has 322,000 miles. Yeah, I got a little, probably 12-mile drive back into town. I'll meet up with Mike, swap out some parts and pieces. Then I guess I'll just drive all the way back out here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should just put her on some time lapse. Maybe. I mean, them clouds are kind of pretty. Well, welcome back there. It is actually the next day because we had to wait for that belt because we had the wrong one. So now, I guess I'm gonna get set up and I guess I'll show you how to put on a stretch belt real quick. And then we'll put that belt back on. And then we'll finish filling up the AC and then this one should be good to go. I guess it's Friday. Let's do some work. Let me get. Oh yeah, check this out too. That's my new background for my computer. That's pretty cool. I like it. Took that this winter. Okie dokie. So I guess I'm gonna try to get you into a good spot. All right. I know hanging out on the ground is always a great time. You guys should try it sometime. Is that gonna be a good spot? Not really. So what if I did something? I do not know. Why don't you just hang out right here for a minute? Just hang out for a minute, maybe? Principle of this story is you see how this has got two grooves. This is your AC belt groove, and this is your normal serpentine belt groove. As you can see, there is no tensioner right here. So what we're gonna try to do is make sure we're putting that on the right way. You go back behind the pulley, make sure it's on this pulley, and then you grab this little fancy tool here, and I don't know how I'm going to hold this and put it on and do all of this stuff at the same time. Okay, so moral of the story here, okay, I'll give you a little rundown. This thing sits on that pulley just like that, and then this piece is what puts the belt on. So, I don't know, hopefully you can just hang out right there for a minute. Which most of your GM crank bolts are 24 millimeters. Now you can see it kind of coming up on this side. Yep, so that's doing a thing. Need to make sure just like that, pulls it right on. But you also have to pay attention to this side and make sure it don't fall off of the pulley, which it kind of is. All right, just like that. Belt is on. All right, now just need to put the serpentine belt on. take that, I guess. Alright, I guess, I don't know. We got the serpentine belt back on. Easy peasy. Drop the bolt. Nail it the second time. Cool. Alright, I gotta go grab my 1/4-inch ratchet. And then tighten up some clamps. Should be good to go. To at least start it and see if we can get the rest of the AC system filled up. And then another one should bite the dust, hopefully. On. Nothing looks like it's gonna rub. Mass airflow sensor's plugged in. Heck yeah. Prime it a couple times. Go grab the next can. See what we can do. Alright. I'm gonna put you down right here where you're gonna be able to see. every time that clutch kicks on, it sucks in a little bit more. I guess we're just gonna keep doing this until I get, what does it say? 3.1 pounds. Just let that do its thing for a minute. I mean, it is starting to run longer, so. This little thing's kind of a crazy little setup. I think I'm gonna run in and maybe crank that on up. We are starting to blow kind of cold. We're good. My other cans of Freon go. All right, that's a mystery I gotta figure out real quick. There they are, just hiding out. All right, well, I mean, that's kind of the gist of it, I guess. I mean, it's gonna be boring for you guys to watch this, so I think I might just shut it off. We'll fill it the rest of the way up, and then I guess that should wrap it up, really. I gotta clean up a bunch of crap, but I will probably leave it there for the most part, so. All right, well, we got this thing blowing 40-degree air today anyway. Everything's put back together. Need to torque that wheel real quick. But other than that, I think this is a wrap on this girl. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.